Warning, this podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there in the ministry? What's going on, MGTOW? What's going on out there, gentlemen? Welcome. You are right here, Candle Rican Podcast. One of the craziest shit show on the earth. And the earth is shuddering like you cannot believe. You cannot believe this shit, gentlemen. No further ado, my apologies and stuff like that. Well, no further ado, welcome to this podcast. This is your first time here. Well, I talk shit, I talk reality, and what's happening out here in the world, in the manosphere, whatever. When I open up the mic, I try to tell the truth. So, no further ado, let's start with the intro, for heaven's sakes. Let's go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Buckle up, motherfuckers, cause shit is getting very, very bumpy out here. It's gonna be a bumpy ass fucking ride. But I'll wait for the late night crew to get here, This is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna play you the Federal Reserve chairman out there. He made a speech today and stuff like that. I know for the last 3 podcasts I've been talking about economics. I saw the writing on the wall like 2.5 years ago, okay? I'm not economics and all of that shit, but I understand this stuff because I remember 2007, 2008 and stuff like that. So it's not my first time checking out this shit. So let's play this soundbite here briefly. If you're out there, give me a thumbs up. If you're not, it's all gravy. I don't give a fuck. So let's go out here real quick. Just bear with me 1 second, because I try to do multitasking here. Because you never know with these cocksuckers out there that play commercials and shit like that. So just bear with me. I'm going to play a little soundbite here. In the podcast I play soundbites and stuff like that. And then I'm going to come to my own conclusion, my own decision, what I saw earlier today with Jerome Powell, the cuck. So let's hear this shit.
And businesses. That is why, in response to these events, the Federal Reserve, working with the Treasury Department and the FDIC, took decisive actions to protect the U.S. economy and to strengthen public confidence in our banking system. These actions demonstrate that all depositors' savings and the banking system are safe. With the support of the Treasury, the Federal Reserve Board created the Bank Term Funding Program to ensure that banks that hold safe and liquid assets can, if needed, borrow reserves against those assets at par. This program, along with our long-standing discount window, is effectively meeting the unusual funding needs that some banks have faced and makes clear that ample liquidity in the system is available. Our banking system is sound and resilient with strong capital and liquidity. We will continue to closely monitor conditions in the banking system and are prepared to use all of our tools as needed to keep it safe and sound. In addition, we are committed to learning the lessons from this episode and to work to prevent events like this from happening again. Turning to the broader economy and monetary policy, inflation remains too high and the labor market continues to be very tight. My colleagues and I understand the hardship that high inflation is causing and we remain strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. Price stability
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's
Without
not
pri-
going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. In my point of view, it's not. I'm going to get a little bit of details here, okay? Some articles that I read today, which I predicted it 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, okay? Before I get in the semantics of the article that I read today, it was very disturbing. You know, I like to, when it comes down to the podcast, I like to tell really true story that's happening with my region out here in the Pacific Northwest. So God behold, I'm gonna get, after the grind, I'm coming home, and I live in a decent neighborhood. But 1 mile from here, if you go to the east side or further down another mile, it's hell. It's hell in a handbasket. Okay, homeless and all kinds of shit. And I saw in the same block a house already boarded. Boarded. They got the notification, foreclosure. It's already happening. Already happening. Okay. I mentioned previously on the podcast, I've seen cars in my own neighborhood getting repo. It's already happening. Now, I just read this article literally like 3 hours ago. And I predicted this 2.5 years ago or 3 years ago when they shut down the economy. And they tell people, don't go outside, don't do this. Workers, go out there with a zoom and a boom boom. And you can zoom your way out or your way into work and don't worry about this shit. And I remember in the podcast back then, I say, just watch what's going to happen to the commercial real estate. Watch is going to take place. That's going to be the first one to go. The time is here, gentlemen. The time is here. Well, guess what? Besides all the problems they're having with the banks, because there's a lot of problems going on with the banks, and I don't want to get too much into semantics with the bonds and the yield and all this shit. I don't want to bore you to death. But one thing it stuck to me back then, it was the commercial real estate. Well, guess what? All the banks are in trouble. And guess what? You know how much these banks own in commercial real estate? I'm going to give you the numbers right here, right now. If you don't believe me, go search it for yourself. $2.3 trillion. $2.3 trillion. All the banks in the United States. Commercial real estate. They want to do the zoom and a boom boom. Don't want to go to work and shit. Well, guess what? Who's going to pay the piper? That's what's happening. The system is collapsing. There's no other way about it. I don't know how much money they're going to print out to do this nonsense or to try to save this stuff. I don't know. I do not know, but I think that this is going to be worse than 2007, 2008. In my humble opinion. I don't know. Look it up. I read this article today by the New York Times. Gentlemen, we have some deep shit. You're trying to say, oh, you're an alarmist, Ken DeRican. You're an alarmist. You're scared. You're petrified. No. I'm a realist. Man. All the science is there. The writing on the wall is there. All you got to do is read it. I read it 2.5 years ago. because I understood that the debt system is no longer able to sustain itself because there's so much people in debt. Gentlemen, this is what I'm doing. Slowly, I'm moving my cash and literally taking out of the fucking bank. Paper shit, because it's literally paper shit. But you need that paper shit to do transaction and shit like that. You need that. You better slowly take that motherfucker out before you lose it. I'm telling you. It's not looking good. We are only on the stage. We are only at the beginning of the stage. What is going to take place? To be real, man, I tried to prepare myself the best possible that I could do. And me, myself, I don't think I'm ready for this. But at least I got something here, something there, whatever, you know. At the end of the day, I do not know how this shit's going to play out. Nobody knows how this shit's going to play out. No one. No one. The Federal Reserve, they in debt. The Treasury is in debt. Everybody's in debt. How they're going to pump more money is going to be... Inflation is here to stay, okay? Once this shit pop up, which it will, God knows what's going to happen. God knows. Only God knows, like Tupac said. Only God knows. All I know, and all I can tell you, it's not looking good. Bottom line, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not. You know, they got this terminology where local issue counts, and that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know what's happening in Miami. I don't know what's happening in New York. I don't know what's happening in Dallas. I don't know what's happening out there in Anchorage. I don't know what's happening. I know one thing's happening right here with my own surroundings. I've been seeing the houses, commercial real estate, empty, boarded up for the last year and a half. People trying to sell their home. They're trying to do all kinds of nonsense. Escape, I don't know. This shit stinks to high heaven. To me. Just one man talking. Just one man thinking. That's all I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to do is connect the dots. And I've been trying to connect the dots for the last 2.5 years. Or 3 years. And trying to connect the dots. What's going to take place in the future. And I think they're going to try to bring this nonsense with the CBDC and shit like that. And that's not going to be good. It's a doomsday scenario, man. We are fucked. We fucked. We are fucked. We are fucked. We are fucked. We fucked. Just wait till the summertime. I'm a little bit early, and I was earlier 2.5 years ago. Just wait till the summertime. All hell's gonna break loose, man. I'm telling you. All hell. If it happens in my neighborhood, most likely it's gonna happen in your neighborhood. It's so frustrating. These people lie to your fucking face. They lie to your fucking face. Jerome Powell go out there and put 25 basis point and everything's safe, everything's secure, and everything. Don't worry. Your banks are doing great. Don't worry about that. We got this shit covered and stuff like that. We're gonna fight inflation. No, they're not gonna fight shit. Once the house of cards start falling down, all they're gonna do bring interest rate down to a fucking 0%. And guess what? Inflation, whatever they fought, the inflation is gonna go more higher. Because we live in a debt economy. Those are in debt. I'm not in debt. Zero debt. Zero fucking debt. No debt at all. I don't know how this shit's gonna play out. Like I said previously, I don't know. I really do not know, but it's not looking good, my friends. It's not looking good. It's not, man. You might think like, oh yeah, oh this security and this FIDC shit is gonna be no. Away with this one. Too much debt. Too much fucking debt. Too much fucking debt. Debt everywhere. Car loan debt. Credit card debt. College loan debt. Bank debt. All this debt. You name it. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just petrified. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe those people in the background that can do some kind of woogie boogie shit and trying to fix this shit. Numbers do not lie. And the numbers do not add up. It doesn't add up. It really doesn't. The numbers don't add up. These people, they went bananas. They went out of control with the pandemic. They printed money like there was no tomorrow. I'm going to say it right now, right here, right now, and I don't give a fuck. We fucked. We fucked. The whole banking system got to collapse. It's going to collapse. We fucked. We fucked. That's it. We done. We done. We done, son. We done. We done. We are done. Put this in the bank. The bank. bury on the backyard. We are done. That's it. Move it along, gentlemen. Move it along. Do the best you can do to survive. But the house of cards is falling. Well, gentlemen, I want to cut this quick podcast out here. My apologies for the bad news, but guess what? Somebody had to give you the bad news. And do you try to take care of yourself, protect yourself, protect your wallet, do the best you can do for yourself, because all hell's about to break loose soon here. I'm telling you, all hell's about to break loose. I'm not trying to be alarmist. I'm not trying to be whatever. Because I tried to prepare myself the best possible that I could within the last 2.5 years. And I hope that you tried to. I hope you did too. I hope. Well, since I'm here, what the fuck? Let me see. I'm gonna smoke a little bowl of weed before I call it the night. Let's see what kind of cannabis I got tonight. Let me open up the treasure. Let me open up the treasure chest here. Tonight's sponsor, cannabis. Oh yeah. We got the good shit. We got 2 cannabis here. We got 3. We got 3. I got the hybrid. All I smoke is a hybrid. I got this orange appeal. I have this the Wiggy Jiggy. They come out with some crazy name with this cannabis nowadays. And the print is so small. But anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as it burns, that's what I give a fuck. So here we go, gentlemen. Might as well smoke your cannabis, have your beer, and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Because at the end of the day, the system is fucked. It's being fucked. Here we go. Do I have a lighter with me? Of course I do. There's gonna be some pain ahead. There's gonna be some deep pain ahead, man. Good night. Like I always say, gentlemen, peace. Stay mental. Let the universe be with you. I'm out.